face. So my story on the edge of my sleeve. It's a long, long way before I get to where I'm going.
Hey everybody, welcome to our special presentation of Behind the Album, The Love We Found. We are so excited to share just a little bit of the story and inspiration behind each song on our very first full-length project.
If you haven't met us yet, I'm Kyle, this is my wife Marcy, and we are a band from right here in Nashville, Tennessee called Suitcase.
We've been writing and recording this album for several years, starting when we were living back in Memphis, which is where we fell in love and where Suitcase got its start.
We can't wait to tell y'all a little bit about each song.
It's been a long road, but I've never been alone. I found my home in a suitcase, oh, whether it's dark and cold.
Suitcase Soul is kind of our anthem song. One of our favorite lines says, "I'm proud of where I come from, though I haven't yet arrived."
I'm proud of where I come from, though I haven't yet arrived.
And that idea is sort of the meaning behind our band name, that we never really will arrive, and that life is more about the journey.
One of my favorite musical moments in the song is when the band cuts out after the bridge and then crashes back in.
It's been a long road, but I've never been alone.
I remember when we were rehearsing actually with the guys, and it seemed like we all knew at the same time that's what we needed to do, and it ended up being really cool, very rock and roll.
Love you till we both die, love you till the sunrise, love you till I can't no more. Love you through the hard times, love you through the high tide, love is what I'm fighting for.
High Tide is a song about making the best of a relationship even when things get difficult.
This is one of my personal favorites as far as songs that we love to perform live. As we were writing the lyrics for High Tide, we wanted to talk about the reality of relationships and what it takes to make it work, especially at the beginning. Like any young newlywed couple, we didn't start out with a lot of money, so we worked a bunch of different jobs, played a lot of music at night, and wrote several of these songs during those years. And even though it was a little tight sometimes, we honestly wouldn't trade it for the world. Relationships aren't meant to be perfect, and this song simply says that we're gonna love each other and we're gonna choose each other when things are high and when things are low.
Take my hand and take my heart as we dance among the stars. Before today I never knew, like the sky meets the ocean, I'm falling for you. Like the sky meets the ocean, I'm falling for you.
Sky Meets the Ocean started when I said something about how you had the sky blue eyes and I had the ocean blue eyes, and that there was probably a song lyric in there somewhere. And then we went to bed, and then later I hear you singing, like the sky meets the ocean, I'm falling for you.
In the middle of the night, starting around 3 a.m., which I'm sure you absolutely loved.
Oh yeah.
It was one of those times when I scrambled out of bed and grabbed my phone and start, whisper singing a voice memo of the main chorus lyric before I forgot it. And then we finished the song together the next morning, which ended up being our very first release as a band.
I think it could be something good. I think it could be something good. I think it could be something good. So why don't we give it a try?
Something Good was a lyric that I brought. I think it could be something good, and we built the whole song around that idea. And when Kyle and I first started dating, I thought it was very much a temporary thing. Pretty much that we would try it, but I didn't necessarily think anything serious would come out of it. Several years of marriage later, we're definitely glad that we gave it a try, right?
We are. We both love the guitar parts on this song. Holden did an amazing job. It's one of those melodies that just gets stuck in your head, and it gives it a nice, chill, kind of beachy vibe.
Yeah.
No other love like our love. No other love like our love. No other love like our love. Baby, you're my sweet, sweet song. Whoa.
So, funny thing, I actually can't whistle. So don't be fooled what you hear on the intro to Sweet Sweet Song. It is just two of Kyle. But I did come up with the idea for this song. We really just wanted to write something feel good and up tempo, and highlight the idea that each couple's love story is uniquely them. There's no other love like our love, and there's no other story like the one you're writing.
We actually finished writing this song minutes before playing a gig. We wrote the bridge standing outside the venue right before we were about to perform, and then sang it for the first time ever that night. We also really love that train beat that the drums do on this song. It's like the super folky, and the slide guitar really brings all those Americana vibes.
It ain't hard to be faithful, tough to be true. No. It ain't hard to be faithful, tough to be true. I say, you make it easy when I'm loving you.
One Woman Man is kind of a different song for us. It's definitely the closest thing to country that we ever get on the record, and it's a really fun one with all the stuff that's going on with the band. We had a really good friend, Pat Fusco, play organ on it, and we love the gritty vibe that's going on together with the simple drum beat and super twangy guitar parts.
Baby, you're the reason I'm a one-woman man.
And the lyrics tell a story of a traveling musician at a gig who meets this shady lady, let's say, and buys him a drink and tries her best to seduce him. Anyway, without giving it away, the wife shows up, and you'll just have to listen to find out what happens next.
Can you feel the lights on Beale Street pull you close to me? The love we found in Memphis in the spring.
Memphis in the Spring is the song from which we got the title for the album, and it's a different mood than the entire rest of the project in a really cool way. Our good friend Stephen Bowman tracked violins on this song, and it just took it to a completely another level. Just tear-jerking Disney feels, and we absolutely love it. For us, it's kind of our love story movie soundtrack song, and it's just a really sweet song.
On this day, we both give our hearts away.
I had the title for On This Day in my head for a long time, and I knew that we needed to write a song specifically for those getting married and needing a song to relate on their actual wedding day, because there's just so many emotions and you can't really process them all in that one day, and that's kind of the beautiful thing about it. But hopefully this song can help some newly married folks remember all those feelings from their special day.
Even for people who have been married for, say, 40 plus years, we're hoping that this song can take listeners back to the beginning of their relationship, remember the vows and commitments that were the foundation upon which they built a life together.
Hold me close tonight, and I won't go without you holding on to me.
This is the first song Kyle and I ever wrote together. It was after finishing the chorus of Keep the Fight that we thought to ourselves, hey, we could do this.
Yeah, the song is about going through a tough season. For us specifically, it speaks to all the things in our journey that might have knocked us down or taken us longer than we had hoped. It's kind of our promise to each other that we won't give up and that we'll face each challenge together.
My personal favorite part of this song musically is the vocal in this bridge. It's really the dynamic high point of the record, I would say, in being such a heavy song thematically. It creates a really powerful moment.
And keep the fight. How many grains of sand are in the ocean? How many blades of grass are in Tennessee?
So I actually wrote How Many Years for Marcy. I think it was our 3rd anniversary. She was about to get home from work, and I had finished teaching probably guitar lessons, I think, for the day. And I wrote it probably in an hour or so. The words just kind of came together, and I knew right away that I was going to achieve my goal which is, of course, to make her cry once a year, which honestly isn't that hard to do because she's kind of a crier.
I am a crier, and of course I cried. I sobbed, actually, when you played it for me for the first time. Now keep in mind, this was long before this record or anything. This wasn't a song idea for an album, it was just a song. He meant it, and that's why it feels so real even now when we play it live, because it came from such an organic place when we were just living in Memphis in our first little rental house.
Sister Sunshine, make the moon cry. We always knew you were born to change the world. Spread your wings, fly through the night sky. Follow the stars and you'll find your own way, your own. Dear Sister Sunshine.
Sister Sunshine is actually the oldest song on the record, as it was written several years before the others, back when we were still going to college together. So it started out as a song for my sister, who back then she was about to leave for college, but it kind of transformed over the years into a song of hope for all the dreamers in our lives who stay for a while, but at some point you just have to let them go and let them do what they were meant to do.
I'll save all my loving for you long after year 22.
The last song on our record, Save All My Lovin', was the anniversary song Kyle wrote for me after 2 years of marriage. It literally shares our entire story, everything from where we met to where he proposed to when I found my wedding dress. It's also the song that has the line, "What if we wrote a couple of songs meant for two?" which sums up why we decided to start this band together. So it's a super important song to us.
Yeah. Save All My Lovin' really serves to kind of bookend the album. It's a good closer for us, and I think it ends the album nicely with the last line, which says, "At the end of our lives, when God is holding the door, put my soul in a suitcase with yours." We start the record getting ready for the journey, throw my soul in an old leather suitcase.
At the end of our lives, when God is holding the door,
And then we end by saying, "We'll be together till the journey's over."
put my soul in a suitcase with yours.
It feels so good to end this chapter on a high note. Making this record has been an amazing ride, so thank you guys for all the support that you've shown us this far. We're so excited for you to hear the love we found. Please save it wherever you stream music and share it with a friend, and come on out to a live show. We'd love to meet you in person.
By the way, if you guys do use these songs for a special occasion, feel free to reach out to us, tag us. We would love to share your stories and how these songs have meant something to your life personally.
We are blown away by all of you who have listened already, so thank you so much for that.
And thank you guys so much for watching. This has been the story behind the album, The Love We Found, and we are Suitcase Souls.